Welcome back to Word with Brownlow. Our motto, no one is worthless, no story is worthless. Southside Originals. As I told you before, this is a Chicago edition. I brought you here, kicking it with some of my favorite people here. Man, let me give you a couple of words about my guest right here. Father, mentor, joyous, and personality. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Reelz.
Hey.
How you feel, brother?
What's up, Ty, man? It's a blessing, brother.
Hey, man, it's good to see you.
It's good to be seen and good to see you also, sir.
Man, brother, let's just get right into it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from the southeast side of Chicago, sir.
Okay, southeast side of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
So, like, for those who don't really know about the southeast side, take us through your neighborhood growing up.
Okay, growing up in my neighborhood, I would say it was a middle-class neighborhood. You know, we didn't have too much violence. And plus, I'm a 70s baby, so coming up in my neighborhood, it was, you know, the girls playing double dutch, you know, the guys playing piggy and softball.
Gotcha.
You know, I came up in a, you know, fairly, you know, good neighborhood and good community, man, you know.
Okay, all right, I like that, That's beautiful. So, how has growing up here helped made you into the person that you are today?
In Chicago? Well, you know, they say if you make it in Chicago, man, you can make it anywhere. So basically, man, just taking the mentality of, you know, the good and the bad, because I'm not gonna say I was, you know, the perfect guy. I did run the streets a little, you know, so with the street and the book smarts, it balanced me out to, you know, weather the storm and be who I am today, which is, you know, a great father, an outspoken person, a role model in the community, you know, and just a blessing to whoever I could be around, you know.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, Chicago till I die, man.
That's what's up. Hey, man, so, like, in that same sentence, let me just say, you know, I go around from here to there, and every time I tell a person I'm from Chicago, it's always this, that, and the other. So I'm going to ask you a question. You a question. In your opinion, what do you think is the biggest misconception about Chicago to everybody else?
I would say that Chirac, that it's, you know, full of gang activity everywhere you go in Chicago, and that's really not the case at all. I would say it's just certain individuals where you go, because wherever you go, it's gonna be, you know, violence. But Chicago isn't that big super crime city. We have a lot of, you know, great tourist locations, you know, and wonderful sights here in the city of Chicago.
That's what's up.
Wonderful lakefront and stuff like that, man. You know, it's a lot of wonderful people here also.
That's what, man.
So Chicago isn't that bad like everyone thinks it is. Just because Chief Keef and those rapper guys give us a bad name doesn't mean everyone is like that.
Cool, I got you. Hey, bro, great. So, as you said before, you are a father, correct?
That I am.
All
Very
right.
proud father.
So, man, growing up in Chicago, you as a father, what does that mean to you?
Well, being a father, first and foremost, man, it's like protection. And, you know, being, you know, a priest, a protector, a provider for, and then I have girls, you know, I have to set an example. You know, I had to cut out a lot of the, you know, bad ways that us men can get into, you know, so I can set a great example for my girls.
Okay. What are some of the values that you instilled in your child and in others?
Honesty, you know, giving your word, like the name of this program, Word, with my man Ty. But just being, you know, giving your word, basically, man.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. No problem. I want to get into something real quick. Like,
Cool.
Man, you're from Chicago.
Southside.
I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
Man, you had a show called Real Recognize Real.
Right.
Man, dude, tell us what that was all about.
Well, you know, Real Recognize Real was like, my nickname is J Real, and that's me being real, recognizing other individuals for being real, and just had a platform for exposure for poets and producers and artists, things of that nature, man, to just get their shine on and get their word out there, you know?
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. Hey, actually, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, man.
And it's a blessing, man. I'm so proud of you too, Ty.
My man Jay's Reelz right here. So, if it's one word that could best describe you, what would that word be?
That would be, I would say, inspirer, if that's a word.
No, that's...
You know, if that's a word.
Hold on, that's your word?
That's my word.
Okay, that's your word.
Yeah.
Why would you pick that word?
Because I love to inspire people, man. I just like to, you know, encourage people. I don't like to see people with their head hung low. And, you know, if there's, you know, sorrow going on in their life, I like to give a kind word to uplift them. Gotcha. I don't like to see drama. I don't like to see sad faces. I just like to try to inspire, encourage, and uplift. That's what I love to do.
Hey man, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So my last question to you.
Yes, sir.
You're J Real, Southside of Chicago. This is Chicago Southside Originals. What one word would you best describe Chicago as?
Chicago is, I would say, rebuilding.
Why would you say that?
Because we have a new mayor at the moment. We have change in a lot of leadership. It's a lot of business owners that were older, retired, and it's a lot of the new millennium growing and taking those spots that was void. And it's a lot of, you know, the youth is trying to get more involved with a lot of the things that has to go on with the city of Chicago. So I really would say it's in the rebuilding stage at the moment and transitioning from that title of being known as Chirac back into a wonderful city, which is Chicago, Illinois.
Man, you heard it from my man J Reelz best.
Yep.
Man, brother.
Mad love to you, Ty.
I appreciate
Blessings
you.
to everything you have going on. Congratulations, sir. And just many blessings, and that's the word, sir.
That's the word. My man J Reelz, inspiration. Holla at him.
Holla.
Peace. We out.
And cut. It was 8.
That was great.
Where'd you all meet?
At Jim Fisher.
Man, Jim Fisher Developmental Center. Like when I used to write the plays and stuff, Kool-Aid break. He was there for a Kool-Aid break. You remember Kool-Aid break, Boss Burns? My man, I was up there acting a fool and they weren't feeling me, you know, but it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? We here now.
Why was it so important for you to feature him on your show while you were in town?
Well, A, let me just say this. This is my man Jay Reelz, Jermaine Young. I worked with him. I just know what type of individual he is. He's not, man, he's for the people. And if I'm messing with you, then I know you gotta roll how I roll. And as I said before, I know how I represent Chicago, and I represent Chicago hard. And there are people who represent Chicago harder than I do. This is one of those people right here.
What about the clothing line? You want to talk about the clothing line?
Oh, well, man, hey, let me just say this. Real Recognize Real. You see the RRR on the hat right here. He has the hoodies. Man.
I can give a couple shouts out, man.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? How I got into the television and stuff like that. You know?
Well, okay, man. Well, like I said before, he's one of my inspirations. But real quick, just tell the people how you got into TV.
Okay, well, we rolling. Okay, well, first off, man, I want to give a shout out to my girl, Jessica Bailey, a girl I went to grammar school with. She has a brother, Rochester Bailey. He started his own program called Takeover TV, and I was the host on that show for a while. And the first time that I linked up with him, we went and interviewed this guy by the name of the legendary Trackster, who does the beats for Twister and Do or Die and all those people. And it just went from there where we went to a lot of different concerts, and if it was allowed by their management, we would go backstage and interview some of the mainstream artists that would come to town, like Raekwon, the Trey Songz, to
Fat Joe. I remember you Fat Joe, Big Pun, and all that.
Yeah, we had a lot of people on the show, and then me and Rock, we parted ways, and I was able to start my own show. I was able to produce and host my own television program, and within that, I always wanted a clothing line. So when I would post on Instagram a few of my shows, I had an associate that I didn't know, which was a blessing in Los Angeles, by the name of Jay, same name as me, Jay. He has Real Recognize Real clothing in Los Angeles. So every time I would post my Real Recognize Real television program, he would like it. And I'll go to his page and see that he had a clothing line. And I was like, wow, this is something that I always wanted to get into, but I didn't know where I could go and get the bulk of the t-shirts and where to get everything stitched. So me and him got an alliance where I have a distribution deal with Real Recognize Real clothing, and I try to let all of the artists and everyone who I get in contact with through the television program know about the clothing line. So it gels well, very, very good, you know? And it's just a blessing, man, for real.
Amen.
I give God the glory for everything, man. And being able to inspire you to get the program, man, it's nothing but success and, you know, higher heights that I see you and the television program going. So.
Hey, man, I mean, but it's like to what you were catering to earlier, like, why did I pick him? You know, like, you're real, dude. You represent the people, especially the people of Chicago. I see where you come from.
I try. It's a few knuckleheads.
I mean,
out here,
I
man,
mean, you know, but you're gonna have that. But at the end of the day, you have a lot more love than you do hate.
True indeed, true indeed, true
So,
indeed.
and I know
because
people
feel
love
the
you.
love will overpower the hate.
Overpower the
You
hate,
know,
and I
for
know
real.
you spread that, man.
Yeah.
You know, you have your beautiful children, man. You love your kids. You instill value in
Shout
your
out to my
kids.
daughter Brooklyn. Be on the lookout for Brooklyn Jolie. Also, she's an upcoming model. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta give my baby girl a shout out also.
Give baby girl a shout out now. She gonna be mad if you don't give her no shout out.
Yeah.
What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but there's
Shout
more
out
to
Jim
you.
Fisher. Shout out
Jim
Otto.
Fisher.
my
Otto.
cousin, you know, for real.
Juice. J.U. Ice. That's my man.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Hey, Otto, I'm gonna find you.
But if everybody don't know, man, like I was saying, I met Ty at the Jim Fisher program. Ty was the art teacher, man, for real. He was
I did
teaching
plays.
the children,
Yeah.
wonderful plays and stuff like that. And look how God has blessed them from plays to the TV shows, you know, for real.
That's just what
It's
I
all
wanna
about advancing and promoting and giving the word.
do. Give him a word. Appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody that's in tune with Ty. You can follow me on Facebook, Jermaine Young. You can also follow me on Instagram at RealJReal, R-E-A-L, the letter J, R-E-A-L. What is that? What's the other one? Twitter.
Snapchat, Twitter.
I really don't do Snapchat like that.
all right,
I'm not a Snapchatter. That's
All
for
right.
younger guys. Twitter, I really don't do it like that much, but it's Dat Dude Real, D-A-T-D-U-D-E-R-E-A-L. And just tune in to everything that I have going on because I'm going to support everything that Ty and the Word has going on and vice versa because it's all about black unity and black love. Chicago, that's the word.
Peace.